Friends, today's NRI Samay program from Los Angeles brought to you commercial free by listeners like you. Your generous donations make possible for us to stay commercial free, and today's show is pre-recorded. If you have a question for the guest, please send an email to nrisamay@gmail.com. We will follow up with the guest and find the answer for you. Thank you for your support.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our listeners. This is Suresh, your host for NRI Samay. In our daily lives, it's very common to hear people say, it's very hectic these days, or I don't have time, or I had to skip my breakfast or lunch because I was caught up with work. We are sort of used to this mechanical way of living our lives. But our guest on today's show has a completely different perspective towards life, and that is to almost nurture the nature, maintain peace and harmony with our surroundings. And not only that, he encourages youngsters to try this way of living and experience this for themselves firsthand. Pant, it's our great pleasure to have you on our show today.
Thank you, Suresh. Namaste, Namaskaram, Vanakkam, and Namaskara, or good evening, good night, or good morning, depending upon the time zone you are living and in this global village.
Thank you, sir. So I was reading about you online, and in one of the interviews you were quoted as saying that you see a lot of youngsters playing Farmville on Facebook, but in reality they might not have even seen a real farm before, forget about actually going to the farm and experiencing anything at all. Why do you believe that they even should have such an experience? Because they might have different different career goals, different perspectives, different pursuits in their lives. Why do you think that this is such important, or why do you think it's such an important role that it plays in any individual's life, for that matter?
Okay, I think it will be correct to answer your question in a way. First, to say who am I and why I am here.
Right.
I'm Hari. I retired in the rank of Brigadier General in 1997 at the age of 54. And today, at 72, I'm running an organic, sustainable, community-based farm project in India. Now, part of your question, why young men should do what I'm doing, and instead of playing the Farmville games.
Right.
I am on Facebook, both on with my personal Facebook as well as the Himalayan. And so many people send the requests, join us on Farmville, let's grow trees there, or grow strawberries, or grow a goat. I write back to them, come to the farm, do it physically, and take the pleasure of understanding what's happening. How a seed is getting transformed into a plant.
Right.
Either we are eating the seed of that plant, or root of the plant, or the leaf itself. It's a pleasure. So, and why should they come? They should come because at the age of 72, what I'm doing would not have been possible if I was not having a good health. To get a good health, you don't need any dietary supplements. To need a good health, you need a good environment, a good holistic food. And to that extent, in our farm, we have made it that we are a vegetarian farm by choice. And when people eat that food, they remain healthy. No hypertension, no diabetes, no going to a doctor. You are working with the land from morning to evening. You are growing the plants. You love those plants as they grow up. And ultimately, you are going to consume within your own community. I think this is one of the best way of living without creating more carbon footprints on the soil.
Right. Now, you said, Hari, that you retired at the age of 54 from Army. Was it a conscious decision to retire at 54? What led your sort of career to move from a completely disciplined way of military life towards organic farming?
Yeah, for me, it has been a journey from the profession of arms to profession of farms. When you say, why did I retire at the age of 54, In order to keep army in India young, the people retire at much younger age than comparative parts in the civil life. For example, a soldier generally retires after 14 to 18 years of service, depending upon the trade one goes. Officers retire as majors, lieutenant colonel, colonel or brigadier or general, depending upon the rank they have reached. And beyond that, if there is no promotion, they will be asked to retire. I received my retirement orders as a lieutenant colonel. Subsequently, I got promoted. Full colonel, got retirement orders as full colonel, and ultimately retired as a brigadier. The 54 years used to be age when I retired in 1997. Today it is 55 years. And the whole idea of keeping the age is to keep the army young. No other reasons.
I see. And what led you to choose organic farming after retirement?
Okay, having retired in 1997 after serving Indian Army for 33 years, I shifted to my hometown, Bhimtal, in the district of Nainital, and now a part of state of Uttarakhand, bordering Nepal and Tibet as well. The retirement gave me an opportunity to practice homeopathy and Ayurveda and work with the children in local schools. We have some really good schools in that area. Why I was working with the children, my thought was, if I can improve even one child the way I want he or she to come up, in turn he can improve another one or two. A chain can be created of good citizens in the country. I cannot train everybody, I cannot improve on everyone, but some children will always get impressed from any senior, and then they start acting that way and take a better part of life.
True.
When practicing homeopathy and Ayurveda, I was running a small clinic in my own house. I had an ambulance service, and even today, when the government has ambulance in my hometown, I still run my ambulance service.
Wow.
For the benefit of the community. So, in doing so, I came in contact with farmers, their families, realized their sickness by using chemical farming.
I see.
Simultaneously, the new development took place that I had to go to London, where my eldest daughter Richa, who now does farming with me, and her granddaughter being equally interested in coming to the farm whenever she gets leave from school. When I went to London to be with Richa, the region was again, as I say, was homeopathy and Ayurveda. I was treating my own daughter for having a baby, and in about a year's time she conceived. Richa was in UK, and so was her husband, and both were employed with BBC London. My wife was actually there when time of delivery came in 2007. But on our Republic Day, 26th of January 2007, I got a call from Richa and saying doctors had advised medical intervention and not to go for natural delivery. I told her, look, I have treated you with homeopathy and Ayurvedic medicines, and I see no reason for you not having a natural delivery. Although I am not a qualified doctor in the medical sense or Western with Western medicines. So I also landed in UK on 4th of February 2007, and on 14th of February 2007 normal delivery took place. That doctor suggested me, doctor told my daughter Richa that I would like to meet your father. And after a meeting, he suggested to me that I may like to have a look at Schumacher College because they run some interesting courses.
I see.
As destiny would have it, the very next morning, there was a guest in the house, and he and my son-in-law Rajesh Joshi were talking about Schumacher College because the guest had come from Schumacher College. So I'm a very firm believer in destiny, and I thought yesterday the doctor told me at Thomas and Guy Hospital, and today this guest is saying. So I looked at the site. I found a course, Illness to Wellness. I applied for it and attended that course in Schumacher College in Dartington, UK. My 6 months were over, and I went back to India, and lo and behold, in the April of 2008, I think I got another mail from Schumacher College saying that we have decided to give you a bursary of £900 if you wish to attend a new course we are running called Reconnecting Nature with Healing.
Wow.
I said, yes, I'm coming. My daughter purchased tickets, sent it to me, and I was back in Schumacher College.
So this was at the age of, what? You were 60 years then?
67 plus.
67 plus, wow.
Yeah. And excuse me, whom I meet there? I meet today my friend, my sister, my philosopher, my guide, my mentor, and my motivator for the Himalayan Farm Project, a lady called Catherine Sneed.
Right.
Catherine Sneed was my teacher, and she virtually mesmerized all of us in the class by telling the story of Garden Project San Francisco and how it has benefited her community here and the society in general in San Francisco. So, and then she told us to do the courses, carry out further reading in US in various universities. I was really motivated, went back to India and applied for a course in University of California, Santa Cruz on agroecology. This program is called Apprentice Program for Young Farmers. It's a 6-month program. And in 2010, at the age of 69 plus, not only I got a vacancy, I got part scholarship also, and I landed in University of California, Santa Cruz to do the course. At the age of 69 plus, I started learning how to drive a tractor, how to till the fields, how to do the gardening, and completely changed my profession from the profession of arms to farms. Thought nothing else but of agriculture and horticulture and growing fruits and vegetables at all times. And anybody who comes to me, I always used to dream of it that I'm picking up some fresh thing from the garden and presenting it to him or her. And today, when you send me the mail, I was that time sitting in my house in Bhimtal, and I did not open my email because I was on my way to San Francisco, and therefore I replied to you that here is a surprise, and I am in San Francisco with the garden project.
Wow.
So this in a nutshell is the history how the garden project was created. And Catherine Sneed has been a real motivator for me. He said, hurry, go, you can do it. Hurry, you can do it. And I have done it today. We are not yet even a 2-year-old farm. We complete 2 years on 9th of October 2013. That is a month from now.
I see.
My daughter Richa also joined me in the farm in selecting the land. We were not having money, so we were looking for a land far away from the road. Roadside land is very costly.
Right.
We zeroed into a land, and we realized that this is a blessed land. The first volunteers were one from San Francisco, a guy, and his partner was from France. And Richa, my daughter, and myself, we four started clearing the farm, which was abandoned for the 15 years. Nobody had cared for the farm. Everywhere bushes and the trees had grown, and we started clearing it. We received immense support from the local villagers. The villages are far apart, and there are not many villagers which will come up, but whoever was available as a working hand, they all came and helped us to clear the farm. And in 2 years, we have started growing varieties of vegetables besides the fruits which were old existing. But we have planted 128 plants this monsoon of various varieties of fruits. And to specify further, we grow all varieties of greens, cucumber, lettuce, beetroots, peas, turmeric, ginger, almost you name the vegetable and we grow it today.
I see. And how many acres is this, Hari?
The total acreage of the farm is almost 5 acres.
5 acres.
But we have not been able to work on more than almost 2.5 to 3 acres because ours is purely a voluntary farm.
Right.
When I say volunteer farm, it means there should be no paid employee, but we have one paid employee for all the time to do running around and going to various places to do the normal running around, sending emails, going to police stations because we are supposed to report about all the foreign volunteers to the police within 48 hours. Interestingly, this rule of reporting came in 1939 into existence when the Second World War started. So Britishers in India, they wanted to check the movement of the spies, and therefore they asked all hotels and sarais or places of stay to report any individual coming and staying for a day, 24 hours even. In India, this rule still continues. We print the form and we send it, and I'm sure nobody reads it also. So we have in 23 months, we have volunteers from 39 countries.
Wow.
And as a matter of interest, I would like to name the countries from which volunteers have come to us. They are from Australia, Austria, Belarus, Belgium, Canada, China, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Ecuador, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Israel, Italy, Japan, Malta, Mexico, Nepal, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, Singapore, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Thailand, UK, USA, Ukraine, Vietnam, besides India.
Wow. You have covered all the continents.
Yeah, almost everywhere all has been covered.
Right.
So I never expected this sort of a response from volunteers. People told me, why you are making all volunteer farm, just do the farming like others are doing. I said no. Aim is let people from all parts of the world come here, learn, practice, and remain happy and healthy. And ultimately that time this same mission has hit many people, and there have been life-changing events for them also. Their life-changing event had been visit to the Himalayan farm. Like my life-changing event has been doing course with Catherine Sneed in UK, and then ultimately meeting a co-founder called Elliot Mercier. Elliot Mercier is from France. I was roaming around in various farms in India to understand how to make a community. You see, army training gives you a tunnel vision of almost everything. Besides, you get orders, you do the orders, either you obey the orders or you ask others to obey and they carry it out. But in order to make a community, and a very successful community where everyone's voice has to be heard in a democratic way, and then final decisions arrived at, I was looking for a ways and means how to make a community, and in that I met another Israeli army guy, a tank commander in India. And he told me, okay, Hari, if I come in touch with somebody else, I will ask him to contact you. And after 4 or 5 months, he kept his word. And he sent this guy, Elliot Mercier from France, who was a volunteer in a farm in South India, to come and meet me. And today, Elliot Mercier, in our 23 months of the existence of the farm, has been more than 18 months in farm. 3 times he has come, and he's coming. Today only I received a mail that he's coming back in December again.
Wow.
So this has been the motivation of the volunteers, that they come for shorter period. Minimum is 16 days, but they stay for months together or till the visa terminates. We had a girl, Erica from US. She first time stayed for nearly 3 months, went back, came with a 6-month visa, and now yesterday she has come back from Nepal after taking a visa for the 3 months.
Wow.
So we have very successful stories and very life-changing events for the volunteers who have come to our place.
I'm sure it is, definitely, because it's in the foothills of Himalayas, and moreover, they get to see, like you said in the beginning of the show, they can experience the seed growing into a crop and then how the fruits are grown. I'm sure it's a rewarding experience. But what I'm really amazed at is the pace at which you were able to propagate your message to not just people around in and around Uttarakhand, but you listed pretty much all the 39 countries. You have pretty much reached the entire all the continents you have. how did this happen? Like, what was your message that you were trying to communicate so effectively?
It's a very good question you have asked me. Sometimes I myself get puzzled how we get such a response. And if you open my email, and you will see almost in every third mail, if not the second mail, by the red tag coming volunteer, volunteer, volunteer. Initially, I thought, having done the course in USA, I will have a good response from my colleagues in US. When I sent mail to them, people said, Hari, well done, go ahead, congratulations, but not a single response came. We are coming to help you in the farm. I was not disappointed, but once I was chatting to a girl, Meredith, who did course with me, and she said, Hari, we people are like this, we are now busy in our farm, so it's a good thing, and we will send you good wishes only. The matter ended there, and then these two volunteers who came first, Kevin and Gina, they run an organization called Korakor, and these two volunteers made my website also for the Himalayan Farm Project. We did not spend a single penny for it. And after that, people started coming, mostly by word of mouth. Like these two guys went, they told others, and during their stay, they were telling their friends, look, there is a place like this, and people started coming. Today, we don't have to send anyone any message, please come. In fact, we are saying, sorry, we are not in a position to come. We will accommodate you in so and so, so and so time. See the calendar and fill up the dates. I really hate to say no to someone, but we have found it difficult to manage more than 12 volunteers at one time. Firstly, we don't have a space for people to sleep, even if they put tents outside, which we tried last summer. There were 18 guys, and it was very difficult to manage.
I see.
Difficult in the sense is not only cooking food, difficult in the sense is to keep a control of the individual's movement.
Right.
Not that we want to control their movements, but in the forest there are leopards, tigers, and other wild animals. And these guys are really daredevil. They will go and sleep in a tree, just try hammock somewhere, or sleep in a cave, which is a big problem, and any such incident happening will be very, very unfortunate. That's why we have brought down the number in a community meeting to manageable number of 12.
Nice. Wow, that's really incredible what you have achieved in the past 23 months. And you said next month is your 2-year anniversary.
Next year is yours. 2 years anniversary. Not only this, one of the big achievements I will like to speak about it.
Sure.
Our farm is off-grid. Off-grid means we have no electricity. 65 years after independence, if there are villages, we realize where there is no electricity. We were in the border areas in the army, Arunachal Pradesh, Nepal, and there is Ladakh. We could visualize the areas where the problems are there. There is no electricity. There is hardly any population. But here, coming to the Uttarakhand, again a state bordering China and Nepal, and we had villages with no electricity even today. So when we found the land, we said, okay, it's a good thing. We will be reducing our carbon footprint further by having a off-grid farm. Today we have solar lighting completely there. I did a course on solar lighting with an NGO with about 1 hour's drive from our farm. But I was not happy or confident, I should say, possibly my age being a little against me. I found another volunteer from Germany who came along, and between him and me, we have complete solar lights now fitted there.
Wow.
We were having no money to fit the solar lights because we are yet to pay for the farm that time. And now we have paid for the farm, but having taken a loan of 10 lakhs from one of the banks. But then we somewhere came to know that Mahindra and Mahindra is a big multinational company in India. Indian multinational company, I should say it. Mahindra and Mahindra, they offer incentives to people who have new ideas. So we entered their competition. And lo and behold, in about 9 months, we won the competition. We were just 9 months old farm. And they gave us a grant of 3,40,000. to keep our solar light system, and our solars are functioning. We have now 24 hours light, computers, internet, and of course battery charging for the cell phone.
I see.
So this has been our first big achievement, where the Mahindra and Mahindras from Bombay, the guys saw us, what we are doing it. We did a presentation, and thereafter there is a voting pattern by the individuals, and we succeeded and we got the award. So in a period of 2 months, while farm is still, I call it a toddler farm, we have done some wonderful things.
Right.
In the field of holistic healing also, we had individuals coming, one from India and many more from the Western world. 7 of them I can think of right now, who were either under depression or had some other complications in their life because of the way of living, because of some of the torturous moments of their life in one case. These guys, one is still staying in the farm, and others stayed for a period of up to 4 months, 5 months. And they went off so well that in one case, mother of one of the boy from USA wrote to me, "Hari, you have changed my son's life."
Wow.
I think at age 71, there can be no bigger compliments from a boy's mother from USA to say that, "Hari, you have changed my son's life." So that way, this also gives a lot of satisfaction to us. So why should your first question of young people should come in? Young people in today's fast life, they have no time to eat, no time to sleep.
Right.
All the time, whether at home or in work, either on computer or doing some other work. And when they come home also, I always tell, eat your food peacefully. No, just quickly give me the food. I'm supposed to go back to office. You are earning, you are working in the office for your food, and food is one which is going to give you health.
Right.
And to chew that food, you have no time. It means for your own health, you have no time. So if you go, bulk of the people will suffer from one or the other ailments. Loss of sleep and depression have become quite common in the West, and they are becoming now common in India because we are following the Western way of living.
Right, right.
So young people should come up to farm like this. If they cannot set up their own farm and cannot indulge in little bit of agriculture, even in their home backyards, to improve their lifestyle. So I think once a year to take leave and then come to the farm like Himalayan Farm Project, run it the way you want to do it, because we have no set routine. We don't say, do this, this, this. We decide in the evening what is going to be done tomorrow, who all are going to do it. They volunteer and then they do it. If anyone says, no, I'm going to read the book, I'm not going to do anything today, or I'm going to just sit near the temple whole day in meditation, we say, go ahead and do it.
I see.
So it's a freedom for anyone to do what one feels like to do.
Right,
At the same time, we also say, if you want to start your own project, please make sure that you finish it before you leave this place. So that is how we have people coming again and again. Okay, they will say, I'm working for 3 months, going for 15 days out to anywhere in India or in Nepal. Nepal is very close by, and come back to the farm and then complete the project.
I see.
So we have given a chance to people to do what they feel like. They wanted to do, but they had no opportunity here. We say, okay, you do it what you want. And we will try to procure whatever little stores we can procure for doing so. Otherwise, use with the minimum things which are available at site or in forest.
Right, right. Now, it's interesting that what you said makes sense. The volunteers keep coming back because they find it so rewarding. How have the locals around this place, and especially the farming community, responded to your sort of organic way of growing crops, and also the lifestyle that you sort of adopted? How has their response been, and were you able to influence their farming behavior as well?
Another very good question and very pertinent question. Thank you for asking this. You see, when we moved 2 years earlier, and villagers came to help us, because it's a very common thing in the hills. If somebody's house something has happened, others will go and help him. So we were starting a farm. Everybody came to help us, all able-bodied persons. But when we told them that our intention is not to use any chemical fertilizers, but take our own organic fertilizers, organic manure, use it, everybody said, nothing will grow in your land. We said, look, land has been vacant for last 15 or 16 years. We are trying to, we will grow and we will be able to do it. And incidentally, one of the Indian scientists from the famous university, Indian Institute of Agriculture, Pant University, he also came. And he also told the villagers, see, what I am talking, and that day Kevin from San Francisco was there. He said, what this guy is talking, it's all nonsense. Nothing can happen. You will not be able to grow anything without chemical fertilizers. We felt very sad. And even and after that he turned back and went away. He did not take a cup of tea. And we thought, why should he feel so bad about it if we are not using chemical fertilizers?
Right.
But leaving that point, villagers learned from him and they were more impressed by him than by us.
Right.
That became a focal point for us to make sure and prove it to villagers that we can do it much better than what you are doing. And believe me, in the first year's crop, particularly of squash, so much of squash took place. Any villager who came and they went to the temple, because they go through the temple through our area. We said, how many people in your family? Suppose he said 5. We said, okay, take 5 squash from us. 2 in the family, take 2 from us. 1 in the family, take 1 from us. And then they realized we are doing far, far better than the others. After that, they started coming and learning how to make a compost. Now volunteers go to the villages and teach them how to make a compost.
Nice.
Yeah, villages are far apart, not much able-bodied population. Generally, women are there and old people are there.
Right.
Younger population goes in search of a job outside from the Himalayan hills. It has been a tragedy since independence, I should say. So, but we are trying to prove to whatever younger generation people are there that you can make a life with organic fertilizers. You do not need much to live. Even if no electricity, we are going to provide you the solar standalone lights. You will live with solar and use less of firewood. We also do our cooking in firewood. We have no alternative, but we have made rocket stoves for this purpose.
That's very nice.
Of course, one point, we are using solar extensively now. We have solar cooking, solar cookers. If anybody likes to go, later on I will give my website, and in website you can see all this work being done on the ground.
Friends, NRI Samay is a non-profit independent alternate media from Los Angeles, USA, which brings positive stories from grassroots activists from all corners of India and across the world. NRI Samay does not rely on corporate funding and our shows are commercial free. We only rely on your donations. Corporate funded media is driven by the TRP rating and profits are blurring the distinction between news and entertainment. Why do our news channels talk so much about cricket, movies, accidents, popular figures' personal lives, babies of heroines, gossips, etc., while they should be covering the struggles of people, inequality in our society, rural issues, and border security issues? Why did our media raise some corruption crusaders to the sky on one day and shut them off completely when graft charges were raised on those corporate sponsors? Media relies so much on the corporate funding and government blessings that they cannot report independently. NRI Samay is different. We don't accept funds from any corporations and hence our shows are commercial free. We completely rely on donations from you. Please consider donating to NRI Samay and please go to nrisamay.com and donate generously. This is the only way together that we can continue NRI Samay. All donations are kept transparent on nrisamay.com. And if you have any questions, please write to nrisamay@gmail.com.
Now, one question that arises out of this, what you're doing is you're providing a platform for people to come experience or even experiment, learn, and then take this knowledge back and then do something on their own. And also at the same time inspiring the local farmers to change their behavior. Now, if someone approaches you and says that, okay, I want to adopt this way of farming, but I want to make this commercially viable for me and my family and my community. Are you there at that stage where you can connect the end consumer with this with the produce that organic farming that you're going to produce?
I think this question needs answering in two ways. One is anyone developing an organic farm to sustain himself and the family, yes. But yes, not in the mountains and the hills where we are. Anywhere in the plains area, say from the rest of the Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan, and Andhra Pradesh and down below. We have a person from Andhra Pradesh who was a software engineer here in San Francisco. I met him in 2010. Today he has his own farm in Andhra Pradesh.
I see.
And he has gone and he is convinced. He came and visited me and he was convinced that he can do it in Andhra Pradesh. And he had, for money, he came to US. He made money, enough money. He had the ancestral land and he is working there. His name is V. Kumar.
I see.
If you say, can we have sustainability at the farm in a hill, even in a 5-acre farm? I do not see in the near future at all. Because the land has, we have 5 acres, people have much lesser land, 1 acre, 2 acre, 2.5 acre. Even if somebody has 10 to 15 acres of land in the hills, the production is not that much because of vagaries of nature. Then wild animals, the monkeys and wild boar, they create a lot of nuisance, a lot of problem. Besides that, we have barking deer and the other variety of deer, and of course other wild animals. So there is a lot of loss of crops. Unfortunately, the government restrictions on killing of wildlife, I will not myself support killing of a wildlife, because everyone has a right to live. But if it is too much, and the way the land is being today taken away from the farmers, and buildings are coming up in the hills also, in the mountains, everywhere in India you can see this sort of thing is happening. That's why the new land bill is being passed. That story is little negative. I personally feel we will have plenty of fruits, so many fruits that we will give away, because the way we are planting fruits, we will have good number of vegetables. But we are 1 hour away from the roadside. To say that we go down and sell it, it's an impossible proposition. But to do bartering the vegetables with the other villagers is a very good idea, and keep giving it. Just anybody who wants to do it to make it a self-sustainable, a better quality of land, and I think a bigger piece of land will be justified for him. But it can be done. I personally see no reason why in US you say buy local and buy organic, but still it will be costly.
Right.
The amount of food which is wasted in the US farms is tremendous. Last Wednesday I was in UCSC Farms and Garden, where I did my training earlier. You can see the fruits, apples falling all underneath the trees, and they are decaying there. When I was doing this course and I asked my farm managers, I said, why don't we sell it cheap instead of just being decayed? They say that the answer was, we will not like to undercut the other farmers. But at the same time, there are so many people who are homeless, who are hungry, who don't have enough to eat. And we allow tons of food to be wasted. So, and the other interesting thing is the way food supplies are there, or the fruit supplies are there, or veggies. In India, we will just go and give it to anybody who is passing. In Western world, and particularly in the US, I realize the people are little hesitant of saying, okay, take it, I have it. So when I used to do it, my farm managers always appreciated, Hari, you are doing a very good thing. You are giving supplies to others. So I used to give to all those who were unconcerned with the farms, including the university vehicle drivers. I will say, okay, here are the apples, here is some vegetables for you, go and cook it today and enjoy it.
Now, Hari, just before I let you go, if anyone wants to join your efforts or come volunteer experience for themselves, would you mind sharing the website address for our listeners or any contact information?
I'll be happy to share the address, and I say, please come. Think that you are going to dirty your hands, and what will aim to nurture the Mother Earth. There can be nothing better than to nurture the Mother Earth. After all, it's a mother who gives us life in the earth, and thereafter food becomes our mother. And the website is HimalayanFarmProject.com. Simple website. I repeat again, HimalayanFarmProject.com. And email ID is HimalayanFarmer@gmail.com. HimalayanFarmer@gmail.com.
All right, there you go, all your listeners. If you're interested in this project, want to learn more about it, or want to experience this firsthand, please contact at HimalayanFarmer@gmail.com or HimalayanFarmerProject.com, which is the website where all the information is made available. And Mr. Hari, it was a wonderful experience talking to you. I wish I could, come visit this farm personally. I'll definitely keep that in my list of things to do. And your journey from your profession of arms to profession of farms is definitely fascinating and at the same time very inspiring.
Okay, Suresh, one last word. Suresh and NRI Samay, thank you very much for the invite and giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Thank you, listeners. I really appreciate it with all the humbleness at my command. And I will request younger generation in particular to deeply understand the benefits of holistic healing and, when possible, growing their own food. They are most welcome to the Himalayan Farm Project. Come and sustain it and live with us. And they always remember, each one of you, that food is the best medicine. No chemical medicine can replace food.
Well,
thank you, namaskar, and good night.
Thank you, Hari. Thank you very much. Thank you, listeners. This is your host, Suresh, signing off. Thank you.
Friends, if you liked today's show, please go to youtube.com/NRI Samay and click on the subscribe button. You will get notified every time we publish a new show. And you can also like us on our social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Google+.